Ducking out. Hi everybody, I'm Stephanie and this is Dudley from Big Sky at Night. My son Douglas is on the camera. You won't be seeing him, but he's holding the camera for us. And my son Drew will be asking us questions. We are doing a collaboration with 3 or 4 other channels. We'll put the links in the bio. And we are going to ask a few questions, or answer a few questions, and hope you enjoy listening to all of us and what our different perspectives are on these questions. Okay, Drew, go ahead with the first question.
What is a desert climate?
What is a desert climate?
Void of water, sparseness of trees, void of grass. You know, it seemed to be that way when we purchased our property. However, when spring came around and the rains did come, there's lots of beautiful flowers, so it's really quite nice. So a desert environment can be a lot of different things.
It can be beautiful. If you're able to go check out our Instagram page, you can see pictures of all spring and summer. We had a ton of beautiful flowers and wildlife and flora and fauna out that we hadn't seen the year before.
Why did we choose the desert to homestead in?
Why did we choose the desert to homestead in? There's a few little answers to that one. So one of the top priorities was being able to afford a large piece of property and pay cash for it. And there's not a lot of places in the country left that you have that opportunity. So down here in northern Arizona, we were able to get our 40-acre parcel with a well on it and 2 shipping containers on it for about $35,000, which is unheard of in most areas.
What are pros and cons of homesteading in the desert?
Pros and cons. Well, pros, you can see for miles.
Yes, you can.
We basically have raw land we're able to do anything with. We did not have to clear a bunch of trees to get our homestead set up. I know in some of the areas even around us, there are so many trees, it would have been a lot of work to take a bunch of them out. So that was kind of nice. It is a warmer climate, so that affects the different ways you're able to utilize your resources around you.
Well, I'm sitting here trying to think of cons. I can't think of any, honestly. We've only been able to have pros in our life. You know, the fact that we've got a large piece of property, virtually no neighbors. You know, the views are nice and stunning. It's quiet. You don't listen to traffic all the time. Well, we are now here in this office, but out on our property, it's quiet and it's very nice.
Yes, yes.
And unless you
And we found a small town to come live in also, or live by. So our town, we live in this county, our city limits kind of, and we don't live in the city limits, but we're considered to be in Snowflake. There's about 6,200 people in that town. There's a neighboring town about the same size, so we're living in a 12,000 people area, which we came from Salt Lake Valley, which has about 2 million people in it now, I believe. So it's a big difference, and it's been a very good difference. We're much happier down here in a smaller
we could never leave our property in Utah. Every time we left, people would come on our property and steal things. We never could feel comfortable, safe, secure, any of that. It was weird.
Yeah.
So, but out here, it's totally different.
Yeah, people are really nice out here. We've had a lot of good communication and meeting with some really neat people out here. It's been a very positive experience.
Honest. People are honest.
And they still want to help each other. It's been nice.
Right.
Yeah.
And they even, you know, they stop and take time to talk to you instead of just, you know, looking at a stupid smartphone, which
we're looking at right
dumb.
now.
Yeah,
which we're
right.
using right now, but hey, there is a
I'm
place
only
for
doing
them.
this because of my wife, so.
Go
What is
ahead.
the biggest city you've ever lived in, and would you go back to living in it if you had a golden opportunity laid before you?
Well, Salt Lake City area is where we came from. That's the biggest city I've ever lived in. You've probably been in bigger ones in Dallas or something.
Yeah.
But that was when he was young. So it's a big city. It's very populated. It's just getting worse. And no, I would never go back to it.
No, absolutely not. there's no way I would go back and move to a populated area like that. It's just, it would be insane.
Okay.
What is or was your day job?
What currently my day job, I'm at Copper Stake Farms, which is a medical marijuana growing facility. It's a big greenhouse, a 40-acre greenhouse. And I work the document control department. I've been developing that for the past 6 months or so. So I enjoy the work. It's challenging. It's a new industry. It's a new company. They're growing, so it's kind of fun to be able to to help with the direction it's moving. And then I also work on real estate. I got my real estate license, and I do that on the side as well. So that's keeping me pretty busy.
I used to do work on military simulators and travel a great deal. So staying in one place in a very rural area is okay with me these days.
How did you get into the homesteading lifestyle?
Well, I think we started in West Valley. We had a 1/4 acre there, and we started gardening a lot and just, reusing items, upcycling, that kind of thing, and just like the lifestyle. And the budget helped with the budget as well, and just decided that it would be a good thing for us and our family to do the homesteading thing. I mean, we've got a sense of security with being self-reliant, and that's something that's kind of scarce in today's world, so that's a good reason for it.
Homesteading just fits the creative spirit. So if you're a creative person, it's perfect for you. It's not easy, but it's, it really stimulates that creative spirit.
You just have freedom to do what you want to do,
Whatever you
develop it
want.
the way you want it to be.
What is the biggest predator in your area?
Probably the coyotes.
Me.
Yes. We have coyotes everywhere, and we do have owls as well. We've had issues with our animals being taken by owls and coyotes. So the coyotes, we found that if you use an air horn for single ones, if they're out, they send one out to try and lure the dogs away, and she goes out and barks or whatever. If we blow the air horn, that usually scares those single ones away. We have had packs of them roaming around the house, and we've had like 2 packs hollering at each other, and no matter what you do with them, they ignore you. So you just blow your air horn, shoot at them, whatever, they just completely ignore you because there's, howling at each other going on.
I don't find them a threat at all. In fact, I enjoy listening to them.
Yeah, we haven't had our dogs don't go chasing off after them, so we're not worried about our dogs. They will stand and bark, but they're not stupid enough to run after them. So it's just more being aware that they're there and being ready to deal with them if we need to. But other than that, we haven't really had any major issues.
Listen to this.
Hey, we never have sirens in Snowflake.
Wow.
What the heck is going
Where
on?
are they going?
Right north. That was like 2-3 times a day in
I
West
hope it's
Valley.
not our house on
I
fire.
hope so too. That wasn't a fire engine.
Oh, good.
When people think of desert, they think of extreme heat. How do you manage that during hot months?
Well, we are in northern Arizona, so it's not as bad as down in like the south.
It's a higher elevation, and so no, the summers are not anywhere hot at all.
I mean, did we even reach 100 degrees last year?
No.
Okay,
never
so
broke 100.
we've actually never made it
Got
to
into
100.
the high 90s, but
Yeah.
that's it.
We don't have air conditioning at the house, and it is a small house, and it does get pretty warm in there. Luckily for me and the kids, we're usually at work or school other than the end of the summer. Dudley's home more, but he gets acclimated to the heat more.
Yeah,
So-
so it doesn't really bother me that much.
Are you off grid completely or partially, and why?
Yeah, we're completely off grid. We've got a small solar setup, and we plan on putting in a larger one at some point.
Yeah, we have our own well. We have a generator we use to pump the water with.
Yeah, I guess I could have added that.
Yeah, it's okay. And then we have we're doing a human manure composting system for our toilet kind of thing. So, and then we just got a little bit. So we don't have much solar right now. So we've learned to adapt to not having a whole lot of power.
But we have enough power to run we have a little, it's a 12 volt 110 refrigerator. It's a little icebox refrigerator, and it's a very good one too. I think we paid $500-600 for it,
Yeah.
and it's running around the clock, 24/7.
Yep.
And we've had it for over a year now. It's running and keeping our milk cool and cheese good and meats and whatever. A small amount of stuff out there.
And then it does charge all of our tablets and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
that's right.
Recently I have rented an office space next to my real estate office
That's where we're at now.
where we are right now. It has been nice because we did put a full-size fridge in here and we have a shower, so that's one thing we've out of the office or at the house, our showering and bathing situation. We did some solar showering, and then we bought a big old Rubbermaid tub and we were taking baths in that and heating up water. It took about an hour to heat up enough water to take a bath in. So that's been nice to have a shower on site here. We got more sirens, something bad's going on.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons we rented this office space was because the kids did not have anywhere to go after school until I got off work. And we've had some vehicle issues in the past year, so we've been down to one vehicle a few times. So I had the kids going to the library until 5 o'clock at night, which they did a really good job. The librarians like them, they just go and quietly watch their tablets or read. But it is more comfortable having them somewhere that they have access to food and can control the heat and are locked away on their own. I know exactly where they are and how safe they are. So that's been really nice. And then again, having a full-size refrigerator, I'm not complaining about that. Or having a microwave and a shower again. My real estate office is next door as well, so it's been really helpful to be able to do that job and have the kids over here when I need to run over there and do that work. So it's become a little hub for us to...
Yeah, it's just been a real nice little setup to get a nice shower. What, we have to shower every, week? 2
Yeah,
weeks?
I think it's something like that, yeah. Uh-huh. But anyway, so we are not living 100% off grid. We do not live in this office space, but it has helped make our lives a bit easier.
Yes.
So I will say that.
Yep.
In your climate, are you able to forage and survive off the land?
No.
Oh, but we
Nope.
could. Yeah, but we could. We
Okay.
could.
Well,
If we knew what to do, we could.
We do know what to do.
No, we don't.
You behind the camera don't.
I would say there's animals to kill, sure.
There's things.
There are some vegetation that we know about.
You forget
but
about the, there used to be indigenous people living here that did quite well. till
Yes,
we
they did.
lived here.
I don't believe we have the skill set that they did. But I guess if you're desperate enough, you can make it happen. But at this point, I'm going to say no, we do not have that ability.
What livestock animals do you think thrive in the desert and why?
But chickens
Chickens.
Chickens.
As long as Ricky the dog doesn't get a hold of them.
Chickens are doing great. A lot of people around us have horses. Cows, we've got cows roaming. It's open range, so there's cows everywhere out there. I'm sure goats would be fine.
Yeah, goats,
Pigs.
anything really
I
out
mean,
here.
people around here have pretty much all livestock, so.
What natural disasters can you or have you dealt with living in your desert area?
This area is pretty safe. There's not a lot of earthquake zones, things like that. We did have a small earthquake last year, like a 3.2, but that's very rare for this area. The only other concern I would have would be wildfire issues. That 2 years ago, the winter was very dry. We had brown scrub all of the next year, and there was very high wildfire days. So that would be my biggest concern is something like that.
If you could choose anywhere to homestead, would you still choose the desert? Why or why not?
Yeah, I mean, this is a great area. It's beautiful here. It's fitting our lifestyle. We're getting it developed where it's more comfortable, and yeah, there's no reason not to be in the desert.
No, it's a nice little parcel of property, and like I said, it's got a lot of possibilities.
Thank you for watching our question and answer collaboration, and I'd like to say thanks to Simple Life Reclaimed who organized this collaboration for us, and our other participants, High Desert Homestead, Homestead Witchery, and AZ Desert Homestead. Please go visit their sites and their videos as well, and you can kind of do a comparison as to see how similar we are as far as what our desert living impressions are, or experiences are, and how different they can be. All right, thanks for coming. Like, share, enjoy our video, and we'll see you next time.
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Thank you.
Beautiful.